Well, hello everyone. You talk about for auto pay, and we're likely thinking too as to what does it usually mean when we talk about your auto pay. It could also be what you call it, like whenever like the service of your transactions, that are completed and all that. And so one of those things could also be about is to download the mobile app. So let's just say that if it's to download the mobile app, and if we're talking about maybe from the App Store, or it could also maybe be from the Google Play Store. And kind of like this as an example right here, you have right here is this this your phone right here that works just like your remote control to where that you can actually pay bills that you're using the mobile apps. And so like I think it too is do it just like a calculator. If you want to look at it like a calculator to where that whenever you're going to be entering the math digits on the calculator and they coming up with a few math problems, and then knowing about how much that you had to work with and all that. And so you have these you have some of these mobile apps right here though that you can have installed for your phone. And want to know just a little bit too to where like if it's maybe going to be the transaction on like PayPal app or something like that. And so you're likely thinking too that with most of the time with apps though that they'll say is to where that just to be able to pay a bill that you sign up for auto pay. So it's basically a scheduled payment. Yeah, scheduled payment. And so I guess you could say this to where that does that exactly mean to where the yeah, this is where the magic begins is to where that and a lot of times companies will maybe say to where that yeah, if it's convenient to where that they'll say too is to where that if you can schedule your payment within ahead of time, if you can schedule your payment and then maybe process the payment with using what's called the automatic transaction services systems, all that. But you talk about right here of like what I usually call this right here, be example right here for like an advertisement right here. And you see right here, everybody that talk about for this is where the magic begins. So you have right here an example right here. If I were to be sitting down on a chair like right here, and with my electronic writing tablet right there, and in case of so like I say is to where that yeah exactly I talked about before about talk about for being chosen for a job. But let's just say that if you're going to be talking to somebody who may not even know what auto pay basically means, or what the service of auto basically means is to where that it's like say it's going through an automated system to where that the payments processed. And I guess a little bit of the bad, part about it is to where if you try to cancel the payment, or if anything that maybe if a payment is not processed right away. So there's somebody that may even say too that that yeah, you actually just make a payment, and maybe if it's not showing up on like a statement or so, and like you're thinking too that you actually just pay a bill, and like you're thinking too that you actually just made a payment, it's not showing up on a transaction toward if it was paid. So that's just the thing though about auto pay though that it basically means like you to where that yeah any activity that you're going to be doing, and like saying, and one of those activities is going to be is to where that if you're going to be using the phone just to be able to take care of a bill and download the mobile app. And so like I think is that yeah, back those couple years ago it was like what was it? Really though, if it was a radio, or if it was a remote control to the TV, or if it was a letter, like a simple phone call, that would cause to say that yeah, ways of how you want to save some extra money. And one of those ways is maybe by picking up the phone and maybe calling a number with like calling within a certain time and all that. But still, though, that I mainly want to talk about right here also about talking about is to where that yeah, if you want to refer a friend to the services, as well as that whenever I see a lot of that stuff electronic stuff, and like whenever you're going to be logging on to an account and you see a lot of stuff that's on the account so far as that yeah, refer a friend, and maybe call within the next I'm like, so yeah, you got these special offers and deals. And so let's just say that maybe if it is a movie night, yeah, if it's a movie night, and let's just say that if you order three movies within a certain time, and then you get the third or fourth movie for free. So let's just say that that yeah, whenever you take care of a credit card payment within a certain time, and let's just say that yeah, that will be willing to take off 10% off your next payment. And so I could think is to where that whenever we say auto pay, that basically means is that a lot of those transactions are processed automatically to where that yeah, instead of using the electronic, using the new service, using the electronic check, to where instead of using the paper check, and yeah, that certain bills had to gotta get paid at some point, right? But still, electronically means is to where it's being processed on a different system. And so let's say that there's going to be different systems and different documents, all that, but still it's I at the time I just really think too is whenever I'm gonna be working in front of the phone here, I just really think that it's all about is to where that yeah, yeah, the phone, I'm like the apps, they're just wanting your attention, number one. So I can say that you see that the reflection to my glasses right here. It's like you have your reading glasses, and one node to where they have these the Samsung, and then as well as with other mobile apps that you would have on the phone right here. And want to know just a little bit too is to where any inactivity that's going on with the phone, and like they say that yeah, automatic transactions, and they say that yeah, well we won't charge you the full rate if you're willing to spend some time, an extra few minutes just to answer some questions and maybe check out the new features on the mobile apps. So yeah, the desktop app, and if it's the mobile app, so all the stuff that you will see on the phone right here, and so I could say that yeah, usually within the next 12 hours or maybe by midnight that you would see some transactions. But still, though, that auto pay could also mean to where that yeah, schedule a payment, but it also is toward a reminder. So yeah, if you're going to be getting text messages, and sometimes though that those annoying text messages, but still just reminders, really just reminders, but still that we all know that whenever you get a bill in the mail, a lot of times it's going to talk to you about stuff like yeah, the recently services, and plus yeah, a lot of things that I usually don't see. And whenever I start paying a few bills, and in case if somebody may ask me as to where really what's the difference between what's on a bill and compared to what's on a birthday card, I say yeah, well, a bill, it don't even know include cash half the time, and as well as a gift, a special gift, and maybe something that on a greeting card that would maybe say to make this day a special day for you or something like that. But still, make this day a special day for you, and why would a bill even say that? Well, I guess that's just the whole part of us is to where make this day special for me. Will be is to where that yeah, that whenever you finally get something to work, and if that's supposed to be what you call that special day for me. But anyway, but you have right here I'm talking about for good ideas. And so whenever I'm going to be looking at something like this right here, likely one to where if you have an idea for, yeah, if you got to take care of a bill or coming up with some extra cash, and at 102 about, to where that, yeah, you're going to maybe have it to where that you're going to have like a little advertisement like this, and the advertisement's going to be about, talking about for your updates for more, and as well as for 2 hours, and then for $10 more. So I can say that talk about for resume, so for being on the process, for getting in, and talk about that for being chosen, and so yeah, that there's something, but still that really, what does being chosen really have anything to do with taking care of a bill? Really, but I'm just using this right here to talk about for this is where the magic begins right here. But still, that if you were to actually explain to somebody about how auto pay works, and that's basically another way of saying this to where it's already taken care of for you. You just got to make sure that you check the account, and whenever the payment's processed, and just like a car payment, and somebody may say that yeah, would the car payments be much easier if maybe everybody knew exactly how the terms of the service usually works. And let's just say if you're even making payments like on property tax or something like that. And like say companies would say as to where if you sign up for auto pay, then yeah, then you have the chances of to where you'll be able to save some extra money on certain items, certain things, and you say that yeah, for auto pay. So you say yeah. For this is where the magic begins right here, and in case of somebody may want to where the yeah, well the magic is supposed to really begin to where that whenever something appears, whenever the color shows up, you turn the page and it shows up in black and white, it shows up and then you turn the page, it shows up in color. And then maybe if it starts moving, I'm like, you have like the 3D animation to where it starts moving. But still, though, that you have right here is the digital pen, and then the digital notepad right here. And like I say, doing stuff electronically. If I was actually be working a math test right there, and maybe answering a few questions, and one of those will be like 5 times 2, and how many times does 2 go in 8 or something like that. Well, if one number is bigger or smaller. And what I know too is to where that yeah, whenever you check log on to an account a lot of times. Where do I usually see a lot of times on that account? Well, really though that whenever I check the documentation and all that for whenever a bill is due, I'm not always looking at okay, this is how much is due, and this is the due date. I'm also seeing on there about the new advanced technology. So let's just say though that if you would have, if you had the phone right here, and let's just say that if you're going to be logged on to the website and just check a bill, and let's just say that they're going to tell you too is to where that another way of how to pay a bill is going to maybe on the mobile app, and to where that one of those automatic payments is going to be is to where that you go ahead and sign up to receive your bills electronically through email, and then that's another way of how to be able to save money too as well. And but still that in case of anybody that may want to that yeah, what about the weather? What about the weather? Can you really save any money if you're going to be what you call saying this to where yeah, if it's raining and maybe if that payment was not processed right away through auto pay, you still going to be say in case of anybody that may say that really are you still going to be excused from the late fee or something, just in case if you say that yeah, the weather or something interfered, maybe technical problems, but anyway, but think of that as to where like a normal routine to where if you're going to be doing your exercises or something like that, and I want to know too about your health and as well as staying posted with the latest features and all that. So really, automatically basically means that it's done for you, and so if that makes any sense to anybody else as to what it done for you, but there are some things that are not that's not done, but still that it seems like a lot of times that in case if somebody were to say is to where how it is whenever you get a bill in the mail that that's something that you just really just gotta keep track of and that you just can't ignore it and it's like it's gotta get paid. But the way I look at this painting right here is knowing about is to where that a new way of how to be able to take care of a bill. And one of those is going to be which call that, yeah, that you can redeem points and then you can actually save money if you sign up for automatic payment, for instance. So one of those is going to be an email address. And so yeah, in case if anybody were to ask me though, that yeah, an email address, I could, yeah, having the receipts emailed to you and maybe having the reminders emailed to you, and so a lot of companies would say too is to where that yeah, if you were to go ahead and sign up to receive a lot of information electronically through the inbox and then through the email, and then yeah, we're talking about maybe yeah, they're computer systems that if it takes up to 3 business days for a bill to be sent, compared to using the electronic, form of it, and then it's only going to take about maybe 45 seconds, just for that that payment to be processed. So it's like say the quicker and easier way. Like say yeah, but it's not always easy. But still, if the quicker way, of how to take care of a bill will be is just to make sure that you're keeping posted and as well as that you're scheduling the payments. So yeah, let's just say though that in case if we're likely if we can see this right here, talk about for $10 more, and as well as the electronic form right here. So this is where the magic begins right here. So it's like say that yeah, that looking at this right here, that I put this together right here. It's like if this was right here was supposed to be like an advertisement for like for a resume, and somebody that may say too is that yeah that you do like a drawing like that, and want to know too is to where that yeah somebody comes across your resume and asks you see about how well do you know about how to take care of payments electronically, how well that you know how to handle you know uh, a credit card or maybe taking care of a bill, and then this time it's using a gift cards, and maybe if it's also using the mobile app. And so like I say, yeah, most mobile apps, as we know, that if we could see right here that yeah most mobile apps, as we know, that whenever you go to those visit the mobile apps, though, that see here if I can maybe yeah, I don't know if we're all familiar with like maybe the credit card credit yeah credit karma app, or I'm like see, let me see if I can show another example of an app that I can show for an example. But yeah, PayPal. But still that talk about right here of like say that yeah with so yeah PayPal, if we can see that right. I'm like but anyway I know that with most mobile apps though that they're asking us to where that whenever if you're getting ready to take care of a bill though, then there's certain ways of how you be able to take care of a bill. And say that yeah even if it's you got these new devices to where you'll be able to read the prints on the barcode through the email and all that stuff. But still that sometimes it sure seems that way to where it's all about to where that yeah all those apps are just wanting your attention. They just at least want at least 5 minutes or more of your attention. And one of those could be is to where that yeah if you just check it out just to see how much money it's owed, and then it's like really what you maybe see on a lot of those apps is maybe going to be about any easy to read tips and suggestions and all that stuff, and maybe the new technology, the new source of release and the technology release. But still, that if we're talking about for what's on reading and the writing and staying updated, yeah, reading and the writing. I just really think that that's really the point of the matter about auto pay, everybody. Reading and the writing. Like as I say, that yeah, maybe not every time. Whenever you get a bill, when and every time you about maybe each and every time that you get a bill, that it seems like that well it's not always the fact about whenever due dates. You say extensions, you say that they give you extensions as well as give you more time to take care of a bill, but it sure seems that way to a reading and the writing. So it's to say yeah, most of the time with bills though, bills are going to want your attention, and if they don't get their attention, and then they're going to want to whine. But still that really though that with bills though the bills and then the statement electronic statements and all that. But still, I guess if you want to look at that is to where another way of how you want to say is to where that maybe if it's the cleaning the bathtub, and as well as maybe it say doing it like the normal spring cleaning, if you want to kind of call it the spring cleaning. But still the reading and the writing that to where that even though if a payment was not processed right away, they say yeah schedule a payment, and if anything that bill payment is not going to be as expensive as maybe as you thought it was. And so I should say that, yeah. So that's just the thing whenever it comes to credit cards and gift cards. So it's like say that, yeah. So like I think it too, if you just recently bought a car and want to know to where, yeah, if you recently bought a car and you get that bill in the mail, to where even though if everything on that bill is maybe going to talk about about your overpayments and as well as but past due payments and how much interest to charge and all that stuff. So yeah, that a lot of stuff that you would see on a car payment. But I guess one important note about it is to where that with the bill though that now one thing to think about is the reading and the writing. So like I say that yeah, with most of the time whenever you get a bill though, that any attention that you can give is one of those is going to maybe be about the writing and any activity, and recent activity that goes on with with the mobile app. So you say that yeah, whenever you look at an advertisement like this right here and want to know just a little bit to where that advertisement right there, and I think it's toward a new source of technology. Back whenever I was young, that yeah, it was the TV, the remote control on the TV most of the time is really what is really that what's really got your attention. But anyway, but I'll go and show everybody here that yeah, the Google. But see if I can show everybody here just a little bit. One app that I know that use and say the yeah most apps though. And say the play play books or something like that. Your Google Pay, yeah, the Google Pay. Choose it. So yeah, the Google Pay that as we know that with Google Pay right here, yeah, credit card, a better way to pay by Google using Google. You all see that right there? So like I was thinking too that yeah that you have right here these mobile apps right here, and say that yeah if this is where the magic begins is to where the by the time you get something to work and 102 is to where you spend about 5 minutes just to read through it and say that yeah the whole sign up setup process and one of those that say that yeah all you really need is like to have an active account and to know what I say yeah at least 5 or 10 minutes of your time and nobody say, "Yep, it's working." So it's like, so yeah. So it seems like it's all about yeah. If you could pay a bill just by taking a test, and you were too, that yeah, you pay a bill just by taking a test, and you're likely thinking too that you're really, if that's all really what it takes just to take care of a bill, but still at the time, it's like say yeah, reading and writing and staying, posted, staying updated about it. And if anything, that they say to you, yeah, would companies pay you an allowance just for staying on top of, taking care of the bill and managing, the finances and all that. So I guess to say that, yeah, that whenever you first start working on taking responsibility for your bills, and the first thing you're probably thinking too is to where 40 hours a week seems like a lot, but let's just say that on your resume it says yeah. Are you familiar with the mobile app and as well as the electronic document signature and as well as for the electronic check and so yeah that knowing about how things are working so far as that whenever it comes to taking care of a bill, but how things that are working that are active and working properly, and they say which you can save you a lot of money. Anyway, keep posted. Know about your source of attention, right? But anyway, thanks for watching, everyone, and have a great day.